Hi, if you are currently watching this video on youtube.com in the date of October 2021, we won. We fucking won. We have solidified undeniable proof there is absolutely zero reasons why a character or franchise or fucking anything cannot be in Super Smash Bros. To a typical normie out there, you might be asking yourself, of course, there are no written rules about creating a creative commercial product. Your only limit is your imagination and, of course, the budget. Well, believe it or not, there are a group of people who go around enforcing rules around fandoms and restrict creative growth. Both good and bad. They are hardcore Nintendo fans. From having to have specific names for groups of enemies, or the whole game is bad, to wanting the same repeated game over and over and over and over and over and over again. They are, in fact, cancer. A large majority of people in this part of the fandom are also Pokemon fans, but that's a topic for another day. God, they're gonna kill me. I don't give a shit. And if you are watching this, and you are a Nintendo fan who likes creativity, likes trying new things, but doesn't like certain directions and choices for a franchise, or actual critiques about the gameplay's graphic story, how they're milking you, etc., I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about this. Smash 64. They'll never add villains. You don't play as them. Melee. This is a Nintendo-only game. No guest characters allowed. Brawl. Okay. Characters that have huge connections to Nintendo history, and they have to be able to fight. Smash 4. No representatives, second representatives from a third party. Ultimate. Ridley too big? Oh, and K-Rool's irrelevant. Ultimate's DLC. They would never allow a rival platform holder. That's free advertising for them. And the list goes on and on and on. I'm sorry, it's just so stupid. What I just showed you is what I'd call in the Smash community extending the goal line. Why people intend on limiting a fucking fantastic crossover, I have no idea. I'm not an expert in the human psyche. What I can tell you is that's annoying and they're all pricks. And thank God it's over. I know a lot of this is just preamble for fucking Sora, of all characters, getting in Smash. Kingdom Hearts, I played before, and it's fucking stupid. I'm not saying it doesn't deserve to be there. In fact, this whole video is about how it deserves to be there. This is a ramble. It's not even in my fucking script. This is just... God, these people have annoyed me today. Because for many people, the ultimate taboo, pun intended, is for the Smash Bros. To add a character outside their narrow view, aka a non-video character or fourth party, actual words the Smash community would use to describe these characters. They literally treat these characters and people who like them as fucking boogeymen. It's sad and pathetic. And for what cost? Purple Mario? I'm probably gonna make a video about Waluigi down the line. I used to like that character. You fuckers ruined that character for me. I never was against him in Smash Brothers. I always thought it was a long shot, but you fucks ruined it. It's just so annoying. Like, God. So, now, despite not being physically there, I think it's a good sign for the future of Smash Brothers when the iconography of Mickey Mouse is in the game. It didn't have to be specifically Mickey Mouse. Disney's one of my least favorite corporations on the fucking planet. But I'm glad it's there. Tekken. Tekken is one of the most beloved fighting game series of all time. At one point, it was bigger than Smash Brothers. Believe it or not. It was the biggest fighting game on the fucking planet. It had the most sales. It did so well. And not once did I see the idea of a Tekken player sticking their nose up to fucking what the Smash community would call fourth party characters. They would be like, oh, this thing is cool. This other thing is cool. Wait, this isn't a video game character. Let's go, Negan! Like, Negan is literally the most left field pick you could ever imagine for a game like Tekken. Imagine if he was in Smash Brothers. These fucking retards would be riding in the streets and killing people over the fact that Negan's in the game. But Tekken players are just grateful for it. Same thing with Soul Calibur. It featured Star Wars. Same thing with Mortal Kombat's guest characters. It doesn't make Smash more special by keeping these characters in worlds that a lot of them directly inspired even characters in the Smash roster. Like, it doesn't make it more special. It makes it less special that they're limiting this. And I'm glad that they fucking broke that in half. This is coming from a guy who wanted Banjo-Kazooie for good 10 years before they got into this masterpiece. So when people gawk at even adding one character from outside video games, despite having a lot of impact on video game history, I get kind of sad. So when the next Smash game happens, and I assume Sakurai passes the torch to a new director, when Goku and Mickey are added to be fully playable, I'm sure we can all be mature and break out of the mold of restriction, segregation, and self-pity. Or just bitch about it on Twitter and threaten to break every Nintendo brand product you own over other people's happiness and send a million death threats to fucking developers of the game, including the director, whoever it may be. That works too. Anyway, to get back to the point, it's not even remotely the first time Super Smash Bros. Had references or characters or quote-unquote fourth-party stuff inside these games. Believe it or not, some of most based facts about debunking Smash rules, it goes back all the way to the beginning. Smash 64. I'm going to start off with the weakest argument. The Beam Sword is one of the Smash Bros. Items you use to clock your foes in the face. It originated in Super Smash Bros. 64, where it's basically a lightsaber, complete with the exact same fucking sound effects. And yeah, I know the concept of laser swords, or beam swords, or whatever the fuck, aren't necessarily original to Star Wars. But come on, the design and sounds from Smash 64 specifically, and they probably changed it afterwards to avoid, oh shit, Lucas's minions, George Lucasfilms, I don't fucking know. It's a fucking lightsaber. Oh yeah, and the undeniable fact that the motion sensor item from the 1997 video game GoldenEye, the one based off the movie. I know Nintendo only did that because they had the rights to it through Rare, because they developed GoldenEye for Nintendo 64. By the way, one of the Hallmark shooters, and it's not even a video game IP. Fucking proving my point even more. Speaking of James Bond, he was a heavily considered character for Melee. Yeah, no joke. This was because, Nintendo had the fucking rights to the IP. And they're like, we're gonna promote this because GoldenEye, and we're gonna make a GameCube GoldenEye. This was before Rare bought Microsoft. Because believe it or not, Rare bought Microsoft only shortly after Melee's release. Nintendo didn't see it coming. They could have, based off the information I know, which don't quote me on this because I'm not sure. The buyout happened after Melee came out, only a little bit after, but whatever. So when people say, oh, they missed the Banjo-Kazooie, missed the boat for Melee, they only missed the boat because Sakurai would have to cross a fucking pond and a half to communicate with Rare in order to get them into Melee. While at the same time, Nintendo was like, we need this out for the launch of the GameCube so we can get more sales. I'm not bitter about that because they actually did get an Ultimate, but just something to note. And I wouldn't have been better, by the way, if they never got in. I would have been sad, but I wouldn't be like these morons, these freaks. I mean, besides James Bond, they also consider characters like Yumi Tachibana from Famicom Detective Club, Takemaru from the mysterious Murasame Castle, I can't talk, Mach Rider from Mach Rider, again, Banjo and Kazooie, Balloon Fighter, Urban Champion, and Bubbles from Clue-Clue-Land, and a fucking Excitebike, that would have been rad. All characters that don't sound outlandish to Smash Tards, except James Bond. Despite being all on the same fucking list, I've almost made it. If it were Brawl and they could have been assist trophies, that's what tends to happen to scrap characters per Smash game. Because when Takemaru was considered a second time for Smash 4, he was rejected in favor of Duck Hunt Dog for being a more worldwide recognizable NES character. So, yeah, he's an assist trophy and continued to be that role in Ultimate. And my boys, my dudes, are finally unplayable in Ultimate, but James Bond is an impossibility for being a fourth party character. They didn't even give a shit about that back then. And the only reason they do now is to pander to a vocal minority that will bitch on Twitter. It's just so stupid. Like, they hate everything outside their narrow worldview. Or people who don't like mixing things together. Like, who acts like that? And it's kind of ironic. It's so ironic you latched onto this franchise. Like even going back to the Smash 64 commercial. Like just seeing these Nintendo characters fighting each other. Like, you think maybe they think that's outlandish? Based off the way they talk about shit? It's so stupid. Back on point, in Brawl, Nintendo Chronicle was a mode that was essentially just a list of every Nintendo video game ever released. And while they could have been easily ignored this, they had Game & Watch games called, like for Mickey Mouse even. Haha, he actually made it this time. Popeye and Snoopy, as well as that. They had Hamtaro. They referenced Hamtaro, this stupid fucking children's anime. I think it's funny, by the way, because it's a very good meme material. But that's irrelevant. But they had the Hamtaro Game Boy game, because Nintendo developed it, and they put it in Nintendo Chronicle. You didn't know that, because you're not a true Nintendo fan. I'm a true Nintendo fan. I know this shit. Like, I've known it for years. Like, and this is what I hate the company now because of a lot of stuff they're doing, but not for some of the stuff they developed because they put something in I didn't like. That's so stupid. Unless it's like microtransactions or like stuff to prey off of you. No, that's fuck off. Even before Kingdom Hearts content was coming to Ultimate, Ultimate wasn't stinging on non-video games content. They reference Marvel vs. Capcom and Ryu's codec. The key word being Marvel. They don't say Marvel, but they licensing. But they I don't know where else Ryu. I'm not as versus Capcom stuff that I am Nintendo, but like they say Ryu fights like mutants and like superheroes and shit. I don't know where else he could have fought them except maybe Tatsunoko versus Capcom, which is still non-video game, so I still win. By the way, my argument wins. By the way, that's what I meant to say. It's just Castlevania, Dracula. Dracula's not a video game character. Like there's a version of Dracula, but you guys play Semantics all the time. I'm gonna play Semantics. Like in Greninja's Final Smash, I don't care what anyone fucking says. The people who made the Pokemon anime, they're the ones who fucking designed that. It was specifically to the anime. They added it to I think one of the later games, but it started in the anime. Like with Lucario, you can at least make the excuse Game Freak designed the character, and so when he appeared in a movie, it wasn't truly that. And I disagree with that argument because K. Rool wasn't going to be in the same game as Donkey Kong. He was for a video game, when Rare designed the character, but the origin didn't really matter. It's so it's still. Anyway, in conclusion, get fucking dunked on. Also, Gino will never be in Smash.
When you are away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, go simple and plain is the way I do make me feel tonight. It's all